Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, committee, for giving me the opportunity to address you today. It is a great honor for me.
Pull it closer.
I'll just yell. In 1974, my father was awarded the expansion team in Tampa, Florida. And from that point on, I have been intimately involved in football. Prior to that, I did go to the University of Florida. The years I was there, Steve Spurrier was the Heisman Trophy Award winner. Yes, I am a grandmother of 6 children, and I feel like these people's grandmother here because I've been involved in football for so long. The one thing that I would like to bring to your attention that I think that I can have a unique perspective on is Mr. Goodell spoke to the medical aspects and having the doctors make these decisions. One of the things you as a committee need to understand very clearly is the fact that the team doctor is hired by the coach and paid by the front office. This team doctor is not a medical advocate for the players. This team doctor's role is to get that player back on the field, even if that means injecting the player on the field. I have seen a wall of players surround a particular player, and see his knees injected, see his hip injected between plays and him back on the field. This is inexcusable. And I want you to understand the role that the medical community has in facilitating these concussions. The players get to a point where they refuse to tell the team doctor that they have suffered a concussion as well. They do not self-report because they know there's a backup player sitting on the bench ready to take their position. Most of their contracts are back-end loaded with performance bonuses. They need those extra yards and those interceptions in order to make their salaries. The team doctor goes to the combine where he goes over the medical records and helps the team coach choose the incoming players for the next season. He is involved in the draft process because he evaluates how severe that knee injury was in college or that concussion. He's part of the selection process. So he has a very vested interest in that player's success on the field. The team doctor dresses as a coach on the sidelines, and he acts in many ways as a coach on the sidelines. He is not an independent advocate for the player. If a player chooses independent medical counsel, he is considered to be not a team player. He becomes a pariah to the team. We've got to stop that. We also need to have at every game an independent neurologist or neurosurgeon on the sidelines who takes care of either side in the game, who is not prejudiced, who is independent, who can make an independent judgment if he sees a player in a huddle throwing up. Something needs to be done about this medical care. You cannot leave it in the hands of the team physician to make these decisions. And the players are at the point now where they will not self-report because they need the money. They are a disposable commodity. There is a draft coming up every April, and these players fight to hold on to their jobs, and they welcome shots and anything else that will keep them on the field. This is, in my idea, inhumane, and I've watched it since the early 70s. And I will tell you that it has not changed. Do not be fooled that since I left the game in '94 that this game has changed. you can see the discussions on whether Tim Tebow of the University of Florida should play against LSU. My grandson is 9 years old. Tim Tebow is his idol. You better believe my grandson's going to rush back out there and play. We need an independent doctor on the sidelines to tell my grandson